what exactly is your interest in this? Is it just to remove this administration? What's your agenda?
No, not at all. Our agenda is to refix our country, to at least give Nigeria, to make us a fully developed nation state.
And sir, can that only be done through a coalition?
Travel across the world, everybody. Yeah, it can be done through the taking over of political power.
Okay, so the League of Northern Democrats wants to take power.
What motivated me? Not the league itself. I explained earlier that we want to be part of the coalition in order to help in bringing out a political platform that will successfully challenge and displace incumbency. So, and the reason is because we need to fix our country. Our country has derailed. We all know 230 something they say, but I know for a fact that we are number 6 on the population list in the world. We are a fully black nation, and we are supposed to be the mirror of the black man across the world. But what are we? What are we? So we have the people that can do it. We only fail to have the government that can do it. In 2006, my thinking then was, let us first stabilize our politics. If we get our politics stabilized, we will be able, then to bring economic growth to our. And what is the stability? How do we stabilize our country? We stabilize it through certain acts that are manifestly just, fair. And so I started, I supported, after we were removed from power by President Obasanjo, I supported, the Peter Odili for president. I was the director of strategy of that campaign. My reasoning was that and I brought in a large number of the North to support the Odili candidacy. On the ground that the South, the Niger Delta and the North were traditional allies. We were allies. We entered independence as allies. We are only the Northern People's Congress and the Niger Delta Congress that came together, form an alliance before 1st October 1960.
Obasanjo came in. He was president. After some time, I think he went to prison, came back, became president. What did Obasanjo really achieve in the first instance that is making him to become president? Murtala Mohammed was president when I was 20-something years old, 24, 25 in medical school, final year. Obasanjo came back, Buhari came back when I was 60-something years old. Buhari had been governor of Gongola State, no longer in existence. Minister for Petroleum, enjoyed so much privileges, was head of state. Why did he come back? I told my wife that Buhari should have stayed in his house, enjoyed his life with his children and grandchildren, and those his 200 cows that do family planning. Because they are always 200. He sells, I know, I'm just being crazy. That those is 200 cows that do family planning. And left with a clean reputation. I don't think it was nationalism that brought Buhari into power. I think it is a Fulanization idea, an Islamic extremism idea that brought him into, that made him contest the election again. Because he set us back more than 40 years. And then when President Tinubu saw this adulterous nation that several men had gone to sleep with and came back to tell their stories, very strategically arranged Buhari to first go and test. And then when he saw Buhari tested, it was okay. He now came with his own and replicated what Buhari did. Buhari surrounded himself with his nephews, his cronies, he's just his people, chief of army staff, chief of this, chief of that. Tinubu came, started the same process, military, police, immigration, was putting his people. And we in the South, we are not complaining because it is our people that are there. But it is the same formula. And then carry these gangsters from Lagos surround himself. Do you remember somebody with white beards that was climbing over a fence in the Senate? Climbing over a fence. Climbed over a fence, a jumped fence. A senator, or was it House of Reps then, jumped over the fence. Rascals! To protest something. Surrounded himself with his people. It's only Fashola that didn't come back, and Ambode, just that we are not around him. Surrounded himself with his cronies and the cronies of his friends. And the Emilo Korn statement is a very apt statement. All of you have been going to commit adultery with this woman whose relatives or husband's people are very docile. It is my turn to commit the adultery. And so he did all he could do with the support of his tribesmen, evil people, religious people, and he is there. He did not know that woman they have been going to commit adultery with was going to have a fractured leg in the process, or a dislocated hip, or a prolapse. And so he inherited a very, very bad state. But it is not enough to inherit a bad state. Number one, he was too ambitious, too proud, too strong-headed, and he believed that he was too smart. We don't know his classmates in primary school, we don't know his classmates in secondary school, we don't know his real names, and we don't have his identity. He could outsmart every person, but he could not outsmart reality. He should have stayed with the bullion vans, the businesses in Lagos State that bring taxes and all that, and all the Southwest, and remain there and be comfortable. But Emilo Korn, it is my time. Meanwhile, the children who have been suffering the continuous adulterous relationships with their nation have grown to become adults. And they said, no longer adultery with our mother. That is why. And then their mother is sick. Their mother can't cook. There is hunger. And the man who is currently committing adultery with their mother, Nigeria, must suffer for it. So now, where do we go from here? You can't do regime change. It's not advisable. You can't be like Bangladesh. Tinubu would prefer to die in that office than to run away. So where do we go from here? I had a dental issue, and I think I had an extraction, and I was having pain. And my granddaughter told me, say, Daddy, bear it. Daddy, bear it. That's how I bore my own when they remove my own beard. Daddy, beard. Sorry, daddy, beard. She thinks her mother is her sister, that I'm the father of two of them. So, daddy beard, Nigeria beard. Tinubu is not going to resign. Tinubu is not going to be overthrown. We will bear Tinubu.
Hi, welcome back, my people. I know, say many of you must have watched and listened to what is going on here. If you carefully understand how this country has been, you will know that northern people are those who has collapsed this country. But what they're trying to do now is to remove Tinubu out. That is their own aim. Because if you carefully listen to the first man, the talk here, he see that their own plan is to just come out Tinubu and fix this country. Now they see these people where you see power don't did for their hand, pity where them no do any better thing for this country. Now them the talk see they wanna fix the country now. So the thing where we saw these guys, they think now we say okay, if they give power to them, they will be able to fix this country. May they keep whining themselves. Nothing go fit make power go to them. And the advice I be see I get to give una, I be saying I be citizen of this country, be say make any of una fall victim of giving any power to any northerners again. It's in as much as they have collided with themselves to remove Tinubu out of power. Instead, make Tinubu there. Make him there. Now we say I get to tell una. And for those of us who be saying I get anything, we be saying I want to talk concerning this, you can drop now talk for inside comment section, and also if not do it be your first time, you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.